I was a narcissist for at least 6 years of my adult life, and this is how I recovered. When I was deep in narcissism, I did not realize that I was a narcissist because I was raised by narcissists and thought that my behavior was normal. I was incredibly selfish. I would steal from people. I would borrow things that did not belong to me without asking. I was controlling. I would tell people what to do. I was just a horrible person to be around. I didn't really understand what I truly was until I went to therapy around the ages of 23, 24 years old. And I think a lot of true narcissists are afraid to take this step. Discovering who you really are comes with an incredible amount of shame. It's a really heavy emotional burden to bear, and it really is a rude awakening. And of course, the problem with a lot of narcissists is that they are very defensive and very self-righteous. They can't take accountability for anything. They don't do that for no reason. They do it because it protects their psyche from bearing the burden of responsibility, and not everyone is psychologically equipped to handle something like that. I still have to use a considerable amount of cognitive tools to keep every situation in perspective and make sure that I'm not sliding back into narcissistic traits. For example, I'm in hospitality management and I lead a team of people. And every single time I ask one of my staff members to do something, or I have to discipline them when they've done something wrong, I force myself to be in their shoes and think about what their perspective is on a situation before passing any judgment on them whatsoever. A lot of that is not blaming people for things that are not their fault, not blaming people for not being able to do something when they weren't given the tools to do it in the first place, and always knowing that I have a certain responsibility to moderate what I say and how I behave towards others as not to hurt their feelings or make them look bad. When I was deep in narcissism, I was also very judgmental of people. I found myself jumping to negative conclusions about people at the drop of a hat because I was raised in a super prejudiced and ignorant family, and that is something I really had to work very hard to overcome. Being judgmental of others was second nature to me. A lot of narcissists don't have a sense of other people's humanity. They do not understand the concept that their preconceived notions and judgments about a person might actually be harmful, and it's really difficult to tell a narcissist that their judgment was wrong. That's when they become incredibly defensive, because then all of a sudden they're faced with the idea that they also can be just as wrong as the people that they're judging. Keeping an open mind and keeping a non-judgmental perspective of everyone, no matter who they are, that is a full-time job. If you judge someone only by their shortcomings or their disabilities, disadvantages, their mistakes, that same harsh cognitive bias will also be imposed upon you.